Today, we are talking about a very unfortunate incident that has occurred in the Murshidabad district of Bengal. Hundreds of families had to flee their homes with nothing but the clothes on their back. Mothers clutching their babies, entire localities burned to the ashes. You might think that this is the first time that Bengal is suffering, but today we are going to show you that this has happened before, that history is repeating itself. Hi, this is Oswald.
This is Sensei Kriken Zero.
Today on Bespoke Bengali, we are going to talk about the devastating riots that is plaguing Bengal and how we as a people have failed them.
The stage for these riots was set by the passage of the Waqf Amendment Bill. Now a lot of people will say that protests are vital to the health of democracy, but what we are seeing here is not protests. This is an orchestrated orgy of violence. We knew this was going to happen. Everyone knew. The moment the Waqf Amendment Bill was passed, there were indications that things will get ugly in Bengal because of the nature of the government that we have here and also the demography that we have.
Especially in the bordering areas which borders with Bangladesh. And in some cases, we have, even the Minister of Home Affairs have confirmed this, that what happened was actually pre-planned. They were planning for this for the last 2-3 months.
Now the question here is, if there were intelligence inputs that there was going to be violence after the passage of the act, what was the state government doing? Because law and order is ultimately a state subject. So what were they doing? Did they just sit in their hands and wait for it to happen? Probably because as the Chief Minister of the state, Mamata Banerjee, famously said that the minority community is her dudhil cow. Basically, they are the milch cows. And if the milch cows kick you, you have to tolerate a bit because it ultimately is giving you milk.
Yeah. And in order to satisfy, I don't know why, but maybe to satisfy the vote bank. Because if you see, Sensei, the violence that has happened there, it could have happened anywhere else also, but it didn't. Especially, there is a viral video of a cop standing and telling people that if you want to protest, if you want to do a protest, do a protest. But if I see even a single woman getting scared on the bus or on the street, the job that I have is of little use to me. I'm willing to give my life to protect the peace. So if it's not that, I personally believe that police is not the failure of a police. It's a failure of the political will. Police given instruction in Diamond Harbour itself, where Abhishek is the MP, sitting MP. There I think the DSP there is the one who I was referring to earlier. He stood there, he made sure that no untoward incident happened.
See, the police, the actions of the police is the reflection of the political will of the people in power. The cadres, the people involved in the Uttar Pradesh police did not change. What changed was Samajwadi Party out, Yogi Adityanath in. The personnel of the police remained the same. And yet, we can obviously see how much the law and order situation in Uttar Pradesh has improved. It is the same case with West Bengal police. There is no political will at all. There is none whatsoever to control the vicious hooligans that have wrecked this state. And they have wrecked this state. Assam has a higher percentage of Muslim population that West Bengal does. Assam did not see it.
Yeah, Assam has 40% and West Bengal, technically, by the books is around 35%. So if we talk about in that sense...
No, officially it is 27%.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So there might be around, say, 30 to 35%.
And with that population, I think if you look at the way this procession has been curated and how they have gone about, they knew where to gather. They knew which shops to burn, which houses to ransack, which vehicles to burn, and how to get away. And even, I mean, I think it's very shameful that when the police of the state has been turned into something as a force they have lost their zealous. This is the same.
The West Bengal police has been turned into the personal karyakartas of the Trinamool Congress. They are more interested in harassing the political opponents of the Trinamool Congress than they are about enforcing law and order. And we can see the consequences here. Mothers have lost their sons, women have lost their husbands, people have lost their homes, their livelihood, everything that they have worked to for their entire lives, everything is gone. They're on the streets, they're refugees. How shameful is it that in India, in 2025, Hindus are being made refugees in their own country?
I don't think our viewers really understand how frightening and how abysmal the situation really is. Here, take a look at some of the clippings that various news organizations have captured on the ground.
পালিয়ে এলাম, সবকিছু পুড়িয়ে দিয়েছে, কি করে থাকবো, তার জন্য পালিয়ে এসেছি মাছ ধরার নৌকোতে। বার করে দিল, দিয়ে আসলাম বাচ্চা বাঁচাবার জন্য, আর নিজে পালিয়ে এলাম সন্তানদের বাঁচাতে। নৌকোতে এলাম, মানে দড়িয়ে দড়িয়ে পালিয়ে এসছি, তবুও ওরা আসছে দাঁড়িয়ে, তবুও এসছি, পারি না হাঁটতে, তাও বাচ্চা এবার সন্তান বাঁচাবার জন্য আসতে হচ্ছে।
লুট করে নিচ্ছে, আগুন লাগাচ্ছে, এক জিনিসপাতি বাই করে নিচ্ছে, 1,000 টাকা পয়সা যা থাকছিল সব বাই করে নিচ্ছে, টুটি চেপেছে, আগুন লাগাচ্ছে, মারবো, চাকু কাটবো, সব ঘর থেকে বেড়া চালিয়ে বম চালিয়ে দিচ্ছে, যে জলটা খাবে সেটা বিষ ঝেড়ে দিচ্ছে, ওই জলটাও খেয়ে দেয় না, বিধি দিয়েছে। আমার স্বামী থাকে না, বাড়িতে বিদেশে থাকে, আমার একটা বাচ্চা আছে, আমি একাই আছি, আর কেউ নাই। সব আগুন লাগিয়ে বিক্রি করে বিয়ে সব ছিল, বিয়ে সবই বাঁচালো, তোমরা বেরিয়ে যাও। অবস্থা খুবই খারাপ, আমাদেরকে বলছে তোমাদেরকে রাখবো না, ওখানকার অবস্থা খুব ভালো একটা না। ওখানে মানে যা হচ্ছে আমাদেরকে বলছে যে তোমাদেরকে টোটালি আমরা রাখবো না, আমাদেরকে মানে মেরে ফেলা সমস্যা।
Now, I have two questions here, Sensei. One, if you had received an intelligence input, right, that there is going to be something like this, or you did not act on it. Now, do you know that there are certain TMC leaders who are coming out and accusing BSF of colluding with it? Do you think being anti-BJP has turned somewhat into anti-India?
I love how these opposition leaders think. For everything that goes wrong in their state, in the states that they govern, the BJP is responsible. However, we don't see any of this in the states that BJP actually governs. Assam did not see any violent riots over Waqf. Uttar Pradesh didn't see it. Now they'll say, oh, this is further evidence that the BJP is responsible. But how? You are the one who has control of the law and order of the West Bengal police. You are the one who is in charge. It's your vote bank who is doing this.
Siddiqullah Chaudhary, the library minister, if I am remember correctly, in the TMC government, he is a minister. All right. He openly comes out and says, I have received a call from the Supremo, and she is very, very happy to see such a massive gathering. Here, check out this clip. Now imagine this, you are bereaved about a certain situation, right? You go out to protest, you talk about it, you do sloganing, you show that you mean business, you want your rights to be respected, or yourself to be respected. But what does a grocery store, an auto stand, or an ordinary citizen has to do with Waqf?
Look, this is not about Waqf. It is about the minority community wanting to assert their dominance over the Hindu population of this country. Look at the regions where these violent incidents have occurred. These are all in areas where the minority community is in the majority. Malda, I think, has over 60% Muslim population. In this Murshidabad, it is around the same. These are all areas where they are the overwhelming majority. So what? And now they have succeeded in further pushing out Hindus from that area. Please try to understand the implications for India's national security as well. The MHA has already said that Bangladeshis were involved. Do not forget what Muhammad Yunus said, that the chicken's neck is a landlocked area. This riot comes just in after that.
After that, yes.
Right. So if they manage to capture the entire border areas, it will be very devastating for India's national security. I think the central government has to get involved here. There is no other way.
And I think to an extent, if you look at the kind of families that have been forced to leave everything behind, they are the marginalized, right? They do not have they do not have any economic prowess. They do not know anybody. Their only fault, it seems, by the looks of it and the comments that we have seen, that they are Hindu. And imagine the level of hatred. There is a well, a community well, that the locals alleged has been poisoned. Now tell me, how does that even remotely relate?
At least one of the people. Not only that, we also have incidents where the victims have alleged that minors from the Muslim community came up to them and told them, allow us to physically assault you. I don't want to use the R word, but allow us to do that. Only then we will allow your husband and children to walk away free.
Yes.
Now imagine that, these are minors saying it. These are minors. From where are they learning this? From where does a minor learn these things that he has audacity and our intellectuals want us to believe Musalman khatre mein hai.
Yeah, and also I am looking at the big picture here. So they purposely, whoever is orchestrating all this, they purposely push forward 12 to 14-year-olds, knowing very well they won't be tried as adults.
Yeah. That is a very target.
It's a very targeted approach.
It's a pattern that has surfaced over and over again across different parts of India, not just in West Bengal. The use of minors as weapons of their religious war that they're waging.
I personally am in awe, shock, and disgusted actually by the level of apathy that I'm seeing about what is happening in Murshidabad among the elites of Kolkata. They're so Kolkata centric. They don't understand that what happened there could happen here. And it is not only Hindu Muslim, it is about humanity also. 3-month-olds, I'm telling you, Sensei, 3-month-old baby has been forced to leave with his mother, has been forced to leave their house in the middle of the night. Chainis, weapons have been brandished, right? They have been openly threatened with chainis, hammers, whatever they could get their hands on. Why would you do that to a 3-month-old baby?
No, this just shows how pathological the mentality of the elites of Kolkata is. It's pathological.
Yeah.
They're so self-absorbed, they will come out and lecture about religion. This is চক্রান্ত of BJP. এটা বিজেপির চক্রান্ত, এটা রামবামের চক্রান্ত। আমরা ধর্ম হলো সর্বধর্ম সমভাব। They will go on lecturing on and on and on. But here we have people who have been brutalized in the name of religion, and they have nothing to say, and they don't care, and they don't give a damn.
Now, Kolkata police has come out with a statement that they have rounded up about, I think 2 days back it was 150, now it is around 200 people who have been arrested. But my question is this, if you knew, if there were intelligence inputs that something like this would happen, what stopped other officers from acting the way the Diamond Harbour cop did?
See, I'm telling you, this is an overall pathology that afflicts every single aspect of Bengali elite society. ये लोग जाके सेव आरे करेंगे, आरे सेव कर लो, आरे में ये हो गया, उत्तर प्रदेश में वो हो गया, आसाम में ये हुआ, मध्य प्रदेश में ये हुआ, गुजरात में ये हुआ, पैलेस्टाइन को इजराइल ने ठोक दिया. But what is the hell are you talking about? Look at what is happening in your own state. You have more to say about Hamas and Israel.
Yeah.
Then you have to say about the people of your own state, people of your community, people who share so much culture and heritage with you. Yet you have nothing to say.
Do you remember the theater artist, right? And the, actors, quote unquote. Do you remember the campaign they ran?
Yeah, no vote to BJP,
No
right?
vote to BJP and stuff. Same thing I'm seeing that, from San Francisco, from Italy,
yeah.
people are sharing that.
And I want to say, you people are responsible for this.
Yes.
Because the message that you're giving is simple. That
It is okay.
they miss Mamata Banerjee, you can do anything you want. You can sacrifice law and order for minority appeasement. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can do all the corruption that you want. But still, we are there for you. We will campaign against BJP because we are intellectuals and we believe we are fighting fascism out here.
No, they're hypocrites. They're bloody damn hypocrites.
They're the worst of the worst. It's the worst of the worst. They claim to care about, caste. They claim to care about the oppressed, the marginalized. Bhai, the people who are attacked, these are the most oppressed people in the world. These are the people who are being brutalized. They have lost their homes. They don't have the political power that you do. They don't have the influence that you do. Yet you do not speak up for them.
And systematically, they do not.
You are cowards.
Absolute
You are
cowards.
sociopaths. And you're self-absorbed to the point of parody.
And I really hope people of Bengal sees you guys for who you are. You are nothing but bootlickers who wake up every day knowing that they will never.
This is
be
especially
productive.
for you, Mr. Parambrata. This is especially for you. You are a very good actor and I like your movies. But you are the worst human being in all this, in the entertainment world. এখন কেন চুপ হয়ে গেছো ভাই? এখন মুখ দিয়ে কোনো কথা বেরোচ্ছে না? ও না, দিদি তো পদে লাত মারবে তোমায়। টিএমসি তো তোমাকে পদে লাত মারবে, তাই বলে তুমি চুপ আছো।
No, he's also a part of some government committees and stuff. Na?
ওই তো নিজের খাবার যে নিজের থালটা আছে ওটাতে তোমার লাত পড়বে, তাহলে তো why do you pretend that you are such a brave man?
He's not. I think he knows it.
And শুধু তুমি নয় বাবু, শুধু তুমি নয়, তোমার যত এই গোষ্ঠীতে তোমার যত ফ্রেন্ডস আছে না তোমার এন্টারটেনমেন্ট ওয়ার্ল্ডে, সবাইকে বলছি তোমরা নাম্বার 1 ফ্রড। ইতিহাসে যদি লেখা হয় কি টপ 10 ফ্রডসের লিস্ট যদি বানানো হয়, তুমি ভাই প্রথমে আসবে আর দ্বিতীয় আর তৃতীয় স্থানে আসবে তোমার বন্ধুরা। এই দেব, তুমি ভাই স্ক্রিনে গিয়ে এই নাটকে গিয়ে তুমি লোকজনকে লাত মারো, ঘুষি মারো, রিয়েল লাইফে তোমার মুখ দিয়ে একটা শব্দ পর্যন্ত বেরোয় না। অভয়াকাণ্ডের সময় তুমি সেম করেছিলে, ইউ ডিড দ্য সেম থিং, কিছু বলনি। এখনো তুমি তো একদম চুপি। এখন তো না ভাই, তোমার কি যায় এসে গেল যদি একটা মার্জিনালাইজ একটা হিন্দু ফ্যামিলিকে যদি এইভাবে অপ্রেস করা হয়, তোমার কি আছে? না, তোমার তো ওরা তোমার ছবি দেখলেই হলো, হলে গিয়ে তোমাকে টিকিট দিয়ে তোমার মুভিতে পয়সা দিলেই হলো।
না সেটা তো কোনো নয়।
And coming to you, Mr. Saurav Ganguly, you are a lion on the cricket field, I agree. You instilled a sense of bravery and courage in the Indian cricket team. I agree that you built the spine of the Indian cricket team that has dominated cricket for a long time. I 100% agree with that. But এই সাহসটা তোমার এখানে কেন নেই ভাই? You are a powerful man. I'm telling you, the people who have been brutalized here, a lot of them, probably 90% of them, treat you as a hero. Treat you. Now you can say that, but I did not ask them to treat them as their hero. No, nobody asked them to do it, but they treat you like a hero, and you have some social responsibility. You can't run away from it every single time.
If I keep aside this Hindu-Muslim factor for a moment, one group of humans have gone and burned down, broken into, looted another group of people. Even from a humanitarian perspective, right? Even from a humanitarian perspective, people should speak up. I don't care if you're pro TMC, if you're pro BJP, and especially the worst party of all time, the murderous punch, the CPM. Do you feel no shame? Zero shame. You are
CPM এর
doing.
মালগুলো, এই CPM এর মালগুলো এখনো গিয়ে সর্বধর্ম বড়া পাও করছে এখন গিয়ে এই CPM গুলো। এখন কি এইসব কথা বলার situation. Is it the time to talk about that? Is this the time? Bro, read the room. Read the room.
No, they haven't been able to. That's why there's zero, na?
This Jadavpurias, Jadavpur University, যে নিজেদের ওয়ালে লিখে বেড়ায় ফ্রি কাশ্মীর, ফ্রি মণিপুর, ফ্রি হেনা, ফ্রি তানা। ভাই কোথায় গেছে তোমার আওয়াজ?
না, ওটা তো বার্লিন চলে যাবে।
I will say something to the Jadavpur students that
intersectional African dances নিয়ে রিসার্চ করতে।
I'll paraphrase something that Mr. Jaishankar said in a different context. The students of Jadavpur cannot pretend that the entire world's problem is their problem, but the problems of the Hindus of West Bengal are not their problem. They cannot pretend that. তোমরা ভাই সবখানে তোমরা একদম এগিয়ে চলো, প্রোটেস্ট করতে।
All of these people, I have just one thing to ask. By not speaking up, the message you are sending is that these people's lives do not matter, that their fundamental right to live do not matter.
এই যে অ্যান্টি এস্টাবলিশমেন্ট গুলো যে মালগুলো আছে না ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলে, যে নিজেকে খুব বড় রিভলিউশনারি মনে করে, ভাই দ্য বিগেস্ট অ্যান্টি এস্টাবলিশমেন্ট থিং দ্যাট ইউ ক্যান ডু রাইট নাও বিং এ রেসিডেন্ট অফ ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল ইজ বিং প্রো হিন্দু and speaking up for the Hindus that have been brutalized. That is the most anti-establishment thing that you can do. And yet you are silent.
They're silent because they have this mob mentality, na? They have this mob mentality. They will always talk about Gaza. Even I think they took out a rally very soon.
তোমার গাজাতে গিয়ে গজা খেলে হবে না। তুমি ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলের তুমি একটা রেসিডেন্ট, তোমার এটা মনে রাখতে হবে। You live in West Bengal. Kolkata is your home. West Bengal is your home. These are your people who have been targeted. গাজাতে গিয়ে গজা খাবে আর এখানে গিয়ে তুমি হিউম্যান রাইটস করবে, এরকম হয় না বাবু। দুনিয়াটা এইভাবে চলে না। You cannot pretend to live in some intergalactic universe when you are just a resident of West Bengal. That is who you are.
That is your identity at the end of the day. I think we have gone too far. As you can understand, me and Sensei are both very much upset and angry about what has been happening. The last advice that I would leave you with is, if you do not know where you are or who you are, then somebody else will give you an identity. So it is not only an issue of Hindu and Muslim, it is an issue of who you are and what you will be, what your grandchildren would be.
My message to the Bengali Hindu community is simple. 1947, your people were massacred, you faced a genocide. 1971, your people again faced a genocide. Now it's 2025, and everything that preceded the events of 1946 and 1971 is being repeated again. History is repeating itself. এখন তো জাগো, এখন তো একটু ভেবে দেখো কি কি হচ্ছে তোমাদের সাথে। এটা শুধু পলিটিক্যাল ঝামেলা নয়, এটা এখন টিএমসির হাত থেকে বেরিয়ে গেছে।
It has gone out of, that is why it happened, no? Yeah.
It has gone out of Mamata Banerjee's control. সামনে যে দিন আসছে আরো খারাপ হবে। আর আপনারা যদি অস্ট্রিচের মতন যদি আপনারা মাটিতে মুখটা ঢুকিয়ে রেখে ভাবো কি আমি সেফ আছি, আমি সুরক্ষিত আছি, এটা না হবে না, ঠিক আছে? দুনিয়াটা এত সহজ নয়। So please wake up and smell the coffee in the room, because you really need that to wake up from your Kumbhakarn slumber. With that, I, Sensei Kraken Zero,
and this is Oswald
signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.